Peace, family. This is Tamiko Muhammad with R.O.S.E Ministries, and I wanted to get on to talk to you tonight a little bit about the experience of changing diapers. And this message is more so for caregivers and moms, but mainly for caregivers. We cannot say anything and whatever we want when we're changing a child, because this really affects them. It affects them developmentally, and it affects their personality. If we are saying things that can be degrading, we got to be careful, because although to us, when we're changing diapers, it may seem as if it's just something that is not really that important. We're just removing waste from the child. But in actuality, it's much more than that. The waste is just the least of the experience. But the most important part of the experience is actually you're building a bond with the child, with the infant, or with the child who is not potty trained and unable to relieve themselves. So when we are interacting, when we're dealing with this infant or this child in the process of diapering, we got to be careful what we say. There are several things that's taking place. So when we are changing the diaper, it is more important because of the process of bonding. We are actually bonding with this child. We are becoming a part of this child's life, this child's social and emotional development. And we're one of the first persons as a caregiver to experience this with this child. So we're building a bond. So we want to make sure that as a caregiver, if we tired, if we done changed 10 children in a row, it doesn't matter, because we're bonding with these children. A caregiver is an extension of mom. That is what the child sees. When they see someone coming towards them, if they haven't gotten to know them or they haven't built a relationship, you may even have experience as a caregiver where a child will cry. Well, you're getting ready to change a child, and they're going to start crying because they don't know who you are. They don't know you're about to expose them, but they don't know who you are. That is a natural instinct for a child. So this diapering procedure, it is kind of sacred, okay? It's kind of sacred. When we put ourselves in a position where we have to relieve ourselves, first of all, we want privacy. And that's the same thing that the child wants. This is one of the things that we should preserve. We should preserve their dignity, preserve their privacy. Because from the waist down, they experience a period of vulnerability. But they have to be able to trust in their caregiver that we're going to take care of them, that we're going to respect, that's another word, respect their privacy, so that they can feel that they have built trust in us when it comes to diapering them, okay? So we have to make these moments as comfortable as possible for the child, because we want them to trust us. We want to let them know that we care. We want to let them know that we respect them. And we do not want to use any language that's going to be degrading. Okay? This is something that I'm always hearing, during the process of diapering. You hear all kinds of conversations. You may have experienced even yourself wanting to say something, like you may not be feeling well, or you're a parent, you're tired, you really don't feel like changing diapers. Well, that is normal. But it may be wise to instead of verbalizing some kind of negative comment to the child or to the infant, you may want to say, sweetheart, I love you, but mom's not really feeling well right now. I pray that you take this in the best spirit. You would be amazed at how many children remember certain experiences that they have in their early years of life, and it could relate back to you. What did you say to that child? What kind of experience did that child have with you? So we have to remember, we want to earn their trust. during the diapering procedure, we want to earn their trust. We want to make them feel comfortable. We want to respect their vulnerability. All right. And we also want to respect their privacy, because once they become potty trained, they're going to want some privacy. They're going to want to get up and they want to go to the restroom and close the door. So just because they're an infant or they're not potty trained, it does not mean that they don't want privacy. It doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be changed in public and have everyone viewing them, because they naturally sense that that nakedness, that exposure. But a caregiver should be able to understand and respect that in the child as a level of civility in that child. So I wanted to say that because we got to know that we just can't go over children while we're changing them and start saying anything. We can't say anything. We have to say words that are positive. We have to say words that's going to encourage them in their growth and in their development, so that as they reach that point to where they are developmentally ready for potty training, they're going to be confident, they're going to be ready for it, and they're going to thank you for getting them there. So caregivers, please, when you're standing over the children and you're diapering them, please make sure that you're saying kind words. Don't say things that are degrading. Have a positive spirit, respect their privacy, and understand their vulnerability, and make them comfortable, and know that from a developmental aspect, we are adding to their unit of knowledge. We are adding to their scheme of life. We are the first people in their lives as caregivers. Next to the mom, we are that next person who is responsible for doing something that only mom is really used to doing, or they notice that the mom is doing. So we have to be an extension of that tenderness. We have to be an extension of that love. We have to be an extension of that care. And also remember that we are also helping to build healthy attachments. So whenever we interact with a child, especially when we're diapering them and this level of vulnerability, just know all of the things that come into play when we are cleaning the child, making sure that the child is clean, making sure that we're looking into their eyes, making eye contact, smiling at that child. And if we're just not feeling good, then let's talk to the baby. Just say, sweetheart, I'm not really feeling good right now, but I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you came to class today. And it's good to see you. And we're going to feel better later on today, or we're going to feel better tomorrow. But you are doing a great job. All right? So just remember that as a caregiver, know your responsibility and know the example that the child is hoping and expecting for you to be, so that they can model your behavior, model your good behavior, not the behavior where we're leaving negative words and negative comments on our infants and on our children who are not potty trained while we are diapering them. So that's all I wanted to share with you, and I hope that I share something with you that is going to help you through your day, help you in your role as a caregiver. Peace.